Hi everybody, welcome back to Coloring with Lori. Tried to go live again tonight, had no luck. I don't know what's going wrong. It says again that I need to wait 24 hours. Anybody has any tips or tips or tricks that you may know about how I go live on a cell phone? Pretty sure I did all the verifications and the eligibilities. I don't know if I'm missing something. Anyway, started a buddy color with two other channels tonight in Worlds Within Worlds, working with Amy Travels and Colors, and oh, I'm so sorry, Bellantini. I will have their channel name in the description below. Not quite sure how to spell it. So anyway, we started like a channel buddy color. The three of us, four of us. I think there's a couple other people joining. In Worlds Within Worlds. Haven't done too much in this book. A little bit of playing with Neocolors, which they do bleed through a little bit if you use heavy water. Just did a Neocolor base on this. These two pictures are completed. Kind of play around in Kirby's books, try water medias and different things. Paper does not take water very good, but it's a very smooth paper, so putting the water on it does provide a little bit of tooth in the paper. So I was going to use Neocolors. Oh, I did one of the shoes. This is a Neocolor base too. The shoes. So as long as you use light water, the Neocolor doesn't affect it at all. Obviously, on that other page, I went a little bit too heavy on water. Didn't grab anything to put behind here. I'm sorry, I am a little frazzled trying to figure out the live component, so I'm just going to do this real quick. I had everything set up and over here. So, you know, the beautiful Neocolors. I think what I'm going to do is like peachy colored candles. A little bit of blue background. Not sure. Might change up the background color because I think there's some water down here. I'm not quite sure if this is water or sand. Might be sand. Not sure at this point. But I showed you how I used the Neocolors, putting them down on a palette and picking them up like watercolor in my other Neocolor video. So I thought that this time I would lay them down on the paper and show you how I use them like that. I again have my Arteza water brush. I think this is a little bit smaller brush. I don't have any water inside this brush. I'll probably just dip it because I don't want to overdo the water. A piece of paper towel too. And I tried to do a little bit of contrasting colors. I do use a sharpener on these to get them to a point. I used to keep this one just for Neocolors so that I could reuse the pigment, but I have ended up with two full sets of Neocolors because of a mishap with trying to get somebody a gift. So I think I'll start with these two colors. They happen to be flesh tones. Well, this one is flesh, and this is orangish yellow. Yeah, it was going to be my first live, so I am a little bit disappointed. I'm just going to color a little bit of color on the page. I don't have my swatch chart down here either. So, kind of guessing on colors just to give a little. I'm not going to do too much. Like I said, really was hoping to go live. Didn't really have a plan for a video, but everything being here and set up, I'm not sure what color I want to do the melting But I just wanted to give, again, how you can work with the Neocolors just right on the paper too. I'm just going to go ahead and base this all with this, because even if I decide to do a color, this is a pretty light neutral color that should work with some pencils on top. Not really going that hard. These they color pretty much like a crayon, like an old Crayola crayon, not these super non-toxic waxy things we have nowadays. I'm gonna see how that color is coming out. I'll show you how I kind of do this. Excuse me, asthma's kind of acting up today. Oh, not the brush I thought it was. It's kind of a flat brush, but it'll work for this purpose. And see, and then you just really light water base. And wiping it off. And you just kind of work it. It does not take a lot of water to activate them at all. I don't like that brush. It doesn't have a point. It's kind of flat. I'll go back to this one a little bit. So this is more of a yellower color than I was looking for. You get the idea. You can build up the colors with these, but they are watercolors, so they will reactivate at some point. This is a salmon. I'm going to try a little bit of this. And I use so little water that's actually already dry. I'm just going to add some salmon in here. Kirby's paper is super smooth, so I think the only pencils I really like in here are the Prismacolors, actually. Yeah, we'll just, that's a little bit better, the peachy color. Just activate that real quick. And some, again, this was salmon. A little bit more of the peachy color. So I might have to grab a different lighter color also. It's the other one, but we might want to mix that. Maybe that flesh in there. A peach in the flesh. Let's see how that looks. Just wiping it off on a piece of paper towel. Keep the water off the brush. This one does have water in it, so I have to be a little bit more careful. I really don't know in what direction I'm going in with this page. When I originally looked at it, I thought peach and blue, and I was going to do peach background and blue candles, and then I was like, well, I might want to make that background blue. We'll do the lighter candle. Who knows? I like that yellow mixed in there too. Yellowy, what was it? Orange yellow. And I do apologize if I'm a little quieter today. Like I said, my asthma is kind of bothering me, so if I talk louder, it's going to make me wheeze. So, just trying to show this real quick. That they work also this way. You can also take the pigment. I don't know if this brush would be wet enough, but you can also take the pigment right off the bottom. I do the bottom and not the tops, since I do sharpen the tops. So, let's see, that's, yeah, get it, it's a lot thicker that way. That's why if I'm going to use it full strength and not put it down on a palette. I'd rather color onto the page because I can control how much color I'm putting down then a little bit better. Again, this isn't something I'm super proficient with. I just play with them a little bit here and there. I mainly use them in the Kirby books. A little bit out of the lines there, but that's good for a good demonstration, because one thing about watercolor, water-based things, I should be able to take this right off. Yep, just melted out of there. So, not trying to be neat or anything, just get a little bit of different colors in here. And then sorry about that. Kicking the candle. Kicking the candle. Kicking the camera. All right. We'll just do this one. I don't know if I want to change that color into like whatever seems like it's coming out from in there. Might want to, I don't know if I'm going to do browns or grays. That's the candle world molding into the other world here. Kind of like the mixture of the three colors, so I like the mixture of these three colors, so I'm going to keep this yellow in here. If you heard me repeat, I'm sorry. I can tell I'm kind of quiet. And like I said, it is because the asthma's bothering me a little bit. Probably because I'm a little upset I couldn't go live again. I don't know what the problem is, really. So, it sent me a notification that I was ready to go and verified. And then when I went to go live, it said that I had to wait 24 more hours again, which I've already waited well over 24 hours. So it's probably plenty of pigment. But for now, just keep doing my videos. Just thought it would be neat, along with the channels all working on the same picture, that we could both do lives and show our pictures, but just have to do mine in video form. That's okay too. I appreciate those that were there to support me and ready to come watch the live today. I do appreciate everyone that's supporting me in my new adventure. I don't know how far it's going to go, if it's going to be a flop. Who knows? If it becomes a chore where I feel like I have to, then it'll be a problem. But so far, I appreciate the suggestions on things to do, and I will get to, we will work on, go back to Rooms of Wonder with the Prisma, not the Prisma, the Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. Because I want to add in a fourth color and maybe a fifth color to show how those continue to blend and layer together. I don't know if I wanted to do this darker or lighter. I think I'll go with the light. I also wanted to get my erasers down here to show, because I had a question about my erasers, which I did answer the comment that with white erasers, I usually just buy these like Pentel holder and the white tubes. I don't want to pull it out, I don't know, but they come like about that long. And then of course I have the battery operated eraser, which is also white, and my Una eraser, which is white. So like I had said, I primarily stick to white erasers. I have found that the orange can leave the orange marks on the paper, and the black definitely leaves black marks on the paper. So maybe I'll go ahead and, I don't know if I want the candles all the same color, although I can do the lowlights and highlights with pencils, which is my plan. I think I might actually try the Chromo Flows. Yeah, I'm gonna go one shade lighter, maybe even lighter than that for this melty. Let's see what do we have here? Pale yellow. That might be too yellowy. But again, gonna go over it with pencils, so just looking to kind of base the paper. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do the pale yellow. Hardly any, like I said, these glide right on top of the paper and you don't need a lot. They are very heavily pigmented. They do the job very well. I don't even know if they sell the 84 set anymore. I heard they stopped making the full sets. I'm not an artist in any other form than coloring. I didn't even start playing with this until 2015, so I have no idea about blending colors and that kind of thing. I just work with what works and what I think looks good. And I did buy a color palette book that also has, an explanation of color theory, which I don't understand at all. I actually don't even know if my brain could understand color theory because I'm not an artistical person. I've learned to color, but I don't think I do anything else in my life that's creative or artsy. Cook, I guess that would be my artistic talent. I cook. I'll put a little bit of this on this yellow. Oh, that brush is really... Yeah, it's not doing anything over that black, so I'll have to come in with something else there. Just a little bit of... I always get it backwards. Is the waxy dripping down lighter or darker? It's light. Like a lot of times it's white on the inside, right? So we'll leave that like that. Alright, I am going to keep this short again. As I said, I wasn't really planning to do a video, and I don't want to get too far ahead on this because I don't have a super plan, and I just don't want to ramble on. And although I think I like these colors, I think I'll stick with the 3 colors and the yellow. That yellow I can do so much with. It's a very soft yellow. Not even sure if it is showing up on the camera. I hope so. Anyway, appreciate you stopping by, listening to my videos, giving me a little like, supporting me. If you continue to support, I really appreciate that also. So I will continue to work on this page. As I said, it is a buddy color with 2 different channels. Bellantini, I hope I am saying that right. I will put the correct spelling in the comments below. And also with Amy Travels and Colors. So hopefully we'll get it finished up. Bellantini is a little bit further ahead of me, but that's okay. We'll get there. Everybody, thanks again. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully we'll get the live thing figured out. Everybody have a wonderful night. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.